Good morning. This is Bill from Auto Europa Naples, and I'm here today with this third generation ML350 from Mercedes-Benz, internally designated the W166. It's the third, of course, generation that they've built. Arguably the best looking, the best equipped, and frankly the best of all that have been made so far. It's certainly a very good looking piece. It's a little more square, than some of the earlier, well, I don't know about that. The first generation was, kind of like a shoebox of sorts, but, this thing just has more angles, more sharp corners than that one did. And, of course, the second one kind of looked like like you took a 2001 Mazda RX-8 and made it taller. This one is more distinctly Mercedes, in line with its current lineup of design, and frankly, just a great looking car. It's finished in steel gray outside. It's got almond and mocha inside. It's got a little bit of an upgraded package cosmetically and technologically. You see it's got that big chrome, what looks like a push bar on an old police car, but it's just a very nice lower chrome trim on the front of the bumper. Very nice high-intensity headlights there. Good-looking twin-spoke 5-star alloys. It's got the mirrors with the pickle forks. They continue to do that, and I like them a lot. I think that looks really good. I kind of like the hockey pucked body line there at the bottom going up into the rear wheel arch, the recessed door handles with the chrome tops on them. It's just a beautifully designed car. I like the sort of nickel finish on the bottom of the window trim, the top of the roof rails there. Got a little bit of an overhang, a rear spoiler with a third brake light in it. You see more of that cosmetic package that gives you the chrome, sort of step area there at the tailgate and at the bottom of the bumper. It's a fine looking piece. It's a nice size, and of course that's what the ML has always been, is a perfectly sized SUV for, people who don't want some gargantuan, ridiculous thing that you could fit sheets of plywood in. One of the little SUVs just doesn't cut it. So the ML just gets perfectly right in the middle. It is the E-Class level of the Mercedes SUV lineup, so right dead center in the middle. Start inside the back. So you see it has a power lift gate, which is nice. There's the set of original floor mats. All very nice and clean back here. Must be Friday. I got donuts for the guys. We got our first aid kit for, any wounds you incur while driving. Those rear seats do, of course, fold down to give you tons of cargo room. Now, I don't know if the iPhone is doing the stupid shading thing again. I try to get the detailer to put those lines in with the brush, but he never does. He doesn't do anything I ask him to do because he frankly hates me, but it doesn't matter anyway. Hopefully you can see that's not dirt. It's just simply shading. Anyway, very nice and proper back there, befitting a low mileage one owner vehicle, and plenty of cargo room. When those seats are down, you can fit a ton of stuff in there. Have a look under the hood. All right, so under the hood we are going to find a current generation 3.5 liter V6. The ML used to get a different V6 from the other passenger cars. Well, no more. Well, I shouldn't say that. It shared it with the S-Class, the few six-cylinder S-Classes out there. But now this is the same one that you're going to find in the E and the Big C engine and whatnot. So it's the corporate engine that's making it through all the lineup. And with good reason. It's got everything it needs to move any of these cars down the road. It's a 3.5 liter V6, 302 horsepower. So V8 level horsepower from just a few years ago, now available in their V6. It's got direct injection. It's got, of course, throttle by wire. Underneath this is steering by wire. It's mated to a 7-speed automatic transmission that's buttery smooth and frankly just a lovely mill. If I have one complaint about it, is they make kind of a ticking noise because of that direct injection. If I got my facts straight, I think Porsche puts a whole second set of injectors in their direct injection cars to you know, to keep it quiet at idle, and then the noisy injectors come on when you're going down the road. Mercedes, I think they're just using the single set, saving a few bucks. So when the thing's at idle, it just kind of comes up with this little ticking noise when you open the hood. I don't hear it when it's closed, but you're like, what the hell is that? Well, that's the sound of the direct injection going right into the cylinders and causing more horsepower and better fuel mileage. So it's not a bad ticking noise. Wow, that was dramatic. Nice fresh Firestones on there. I think these things are still built in, where is it, Alabama, South Carolina. In Germany, they're considered an imported car, which is kind of interesting. But anyway, here it is. So in the back seat, you've got all this beautiful almond leather. Very, very lovely. Doesn't look like you've had a bunch of terrible children beating each other up and smearing Big Macs into the seats of the carpets, or throwing fries, or doing all the things that horrible little children do. It doesn't appear to be any dogs either. I'm more of a fan of dogs, but man, will they scratch up the inside of a car quickly. I have a couple of wiener dogs, and man, those things can shred a seat in about 10 seconds. Anyway, you can see everything nice and clean back here. You get a great little center console, cup holder. You got some vents there for the rear passengers to get air conditioning. You get some little knee holes. If you got a giant tall guy, he's going to be able to fit back there and get his knees in there without feeling overcrowded. You know, again, a Mercedes, beautiful fit and finish. Lovely sort of faux leather here on the door panel, and a true faux leather. You know, I've been dealing with a lot of crappy faux leather lately in some of these cars. This one really passes for it, especially with the nice contrasting stitching. Also, lovely looking wood. You know, I don't even know if Mercedes uses real wood anymore. I hope so. A couple of years ago, they stopped using it on the E-Class, and it went really badly for them, and I was glad. They deserved that. So anyway, looks very nice. A little nickel pull handle, good fit and finish. You got some tweets and speakers from the big audio system this thing has, and everything just nice and lovely there in the back. All right, so a couple things outside. This car does have keyless go, which remains an option on Mercedes. I think like the cheapest Kia has it, but Mercedes still charges a ton. And what that means is you can have the keys in your pocket, pulling them out, which we got a couple here. And to lock the car, you just put your thumb on that little square. You see the mirrors fold in and flash. To open it, just put your hand on it, give it a tug, and out it comes. Now, in the mirror, you can see that little surround of black there. Well, black, I don't know if that's the right word, shading. That means it is a self-dimming mirror, so if some idiot's behind you with bright headlights, that's going to darken up to not blind you. Also, that little triangle is going to light up and give you the blind spot warning, which is nice stuff. Okay, up here you've got beautiful, lovely, comfortable leather seats, and that is such a thing for Mercedes. I mean, they have better seats than really just about anyone else. I mean, you can hop in this thing, a little bit of lumbar adjustment. You can drive it across the country, and you're going to feel like you were on a 2-hour trip. That is the one thing Benz does so well, is make these lovely, supportive seats that don't wear you out. Other companies could learn something from that. Again, beautiful fit and finish, lovely with the almond and the mocha, the little contrasting stitching. You got a little map pocket there. You got your power rear door release. You got your power seats with the memory up here where it should be. Earlier, MLs had it down on the seat, which was, I don't know. I don't like it there. I like it up here. It's easier to get to. Folding mirrors, power windows, you know, everything looking nice there. Also using this little triangle space for more tweeters or, you know, sound system stuff. Pretty cool. All right, let's hop in, fire it up. So being keyless go, again, foot on the brake, just tap that guy. The needles do a nice big self-test. The wheel comes back down from the entry position. And you can see what we've got. Got music. I also have no AC. Let's get a little bit of that going because it's getting humid already. Anyway, lovely leather steering wheel. Very nice multi-function control. So you got your voice recognition there. You can, you know, use your voice to change your radio station or set the navigation. This answers and hangs up your Bluetooth. So if you have annoying people calling you, you can mute them or hang them up right away. This goes through the little driver information stuff in between the cluster. You know, get your Bluetooth. What do we got there? Attention assist, distance warning, very, very nice. Blind spot assist. Let's see what else we got there. Oh, jeez, I'm getting there. Lane keeping assist. Anyway, all the stuff that helps you out and make sure you don't crash into things. Over here you got automatic headlights. This is a power steering column, in, out, up, down. You've got cruise control here with the, look at the complicated stalk there for the wipers, front and rear. This is, you know, the modern version of the column automatic on your dad's 85 Buick. But the nice thing is having the shifter up here does free up this whole area for cargo and whatnot. So to put it in reverse, you just have your foot on the brake and push it up. That also gives you your camera. Very, very nice. Go to drive, just down. There it is. Neutral, I don't know, what do you pull or push? One up, yeah, one up for neutral. You just kind of half push it up, not all the way. And then park, you tap that button on the end, and now we're parked. So you also get a clock and a temperature display up there. I kind of like that because when it's part of this thing here, which, you know, where you go through all the stuff, it disappears. And I kind of like to know my clock and my temp. And by the way, 74, I don't believe it. It feels way hotter than 74. Maybe I'm going through menopause. Anyway, 160 mile an hour speedo. You've got your 6,300 RPM red line on the tach. You got your temperature gauge there in Celsius. Everything you need to keep track of where you're at going down the road. Also little stuff like the accents. I love the brushed nickel wings on the spokes on the mirror there, the contrasting stitching on the leather, the little, you know, nickel things there. It's just, of course, very Mercedes. Part of what makes these cars more expensive than, you know, other cars. And it's a lovely attention to detail that just, you know, you feel. You don't necessarily notice it all at once, but you kind of feel it. Over there in the mirror, you see that yellow triangle lighting up. So if a car gets in my blind spot, one of these nitwits who likes to ride on your rear quarter, that thing's going to turn red and make it so you don't drive over into him. Okay, over here is Mercedes-Benz command unit. This gives you, you know, all your infotainment stuff. So you got your navigation. Nice stuff. You can change that all around settings, dark, light, 3D, top view, bottom view, north, you know, adjust it how you want it, but it's nice stuff. Let's see, oh, now I've done that. That's no good. All right, we go over to audio. You see, I've got two, we've got going. I got 80s going today. George Michael, how do you go wrong? I think he had a really fun time before passing in England. I remember something about being in a car with some, well, it doesn't matter. Anyway, on top of the satellite radio, you of course get AM, FM, cosmic laser disc, memory card, music register, again, whatever the hell that is. Maybe it's a hard drive or something. USB storage, media interface, Bluetooth audio, and auxiliary. So if you can't entertain yourself with what you got there, then you really have some kind of issues. You should get checked out. Here's your Bluetooth, very nice. Your video, if you want to watch some you know, really terrible stuff, Star Wars or body movies. Won't work when you're driving, but it'll work when you're parked. And then, of course, all your system settings where you can get into changing everything around, text reader speed, voice control, camera, blah, 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 everything. That will take you hours to learn. And then if you get sick of it all, just turn off the display. You don't have to see it anymore. Down here is the sort of direct access for all that. So you can, you know, quickly get to the radio, quickly get to the Bluetooth. You know, here's a volume control, which isn't bad. I guess you get tuning on either side, volume in the middle, doable. In-6 CD changer. One nice thing I like is Mercedes has kept this. So if I go over to back to the 80s, and let's say I'm really sick of the 80s and I want to listen to something from the 90s, I can hit that star 009 and we direct tune over to 90s on 9, where apparently we have Arrested Development going. And too much rap in the 90s. Anyway, that also works as a telephone dial thing. So, you know, when you're on Bluetooth, you can dial, you know, with your fingers if you like. Here's some heated seats. This will turn off your traction control. Down here, you've got your dual side, you know, climate control, 2 different thermostats for left and right. Got this great roller thing here to get to. Is this an actual ashtray? You know, I think it is. It's interesting. So you do have an actual ashtray. Little compartment up forward. Keep your switchblades. Here's a place to put some cups. This is the joystick that operates the infotainment unit, so I can move it up, down, left, right, and spin it, and, you know, that'll get me all through there. In here, little cup holder with a movable bin. Looks like you got an auxiliary input, USB, some other stuff, all very nice. Beautiful wood in the dash. We got a glove box there with a set of books. Up top, we've got a self-dimming rearview mirror, HomeLink garage door stuff, your Mercedes M-Brace, your SOS. So, you know, God forbid something happens, you press that, you're going to get somebody on the, you know, speaker system asking you what the hell's going on. You also have a nice big power moonroof. Sunroof, sorry, moonroofs don't move. Somebody explained that to me. And it's glass, so if you don't want it open, you can at least get some light in. All right, let's go for a spin. So the steering by wire is kind of nice because when you're, you know, in a parking lot, it's absolutely effortless. It reminds me of the steering in like a 72 Cadillac. The only difference is the 72 Cadillac never changed. So when you're, you know, at 70 miles an hour on the interstate, it was way too light and terrifying. When this thing gets going a little bit faster, the steering firms up and becomes far easier to control and nicer to the touch. So lovely steering setup there from the Mercedes engineers. Obviously nice big brakes. And of course, you know, four-wheel independent suspension, very, very advanced. This is a two-wheel drive version, so you don't have that all-wheel drive thing. Better for down south than up north. But it does, I think, make it a little bit more nimble. Nice and quiet going down the road. A lot of traffic this morning. So anyway, what can I tell you? This thing's just a lovely size, a lovely feel. Very, very nice to drive. Plenty of room inside. Tall, but not too tall. Big, but not too big. Here's some juice from that 3.5. It's got a nice growl to it. But anyway, you can feel it really picks up and moves, so you're not going to feel like you're wanting for power in this thing. And there it is. To me, it's just a terrific all-around SUV. Great size, perfect, yeah, just a perfect family truckster. 2014 Mercedes-Benz ML350. Lovely color combo in this one. Nice options in this one. You know, if I was going to have one, this is probably the one I'd want to have. If you have an interest, give us a call, 239-649-7300, on the web at mercedesexpert.com. After that little acceleration burst, I hope the donuts didn't fly around, but anyway, they'll figure it out. Thank you very much for having